Namaste to all of you. I'm going to speak on a very profound statement from the 4 great sayings of Hinduism. And the subject is on Thou art that. Thou art that. It's the 3rd Mahavakya of the Vedas. And in Hinduism or in Sanskrit, it was stated as Tat Tvam Asi. Tat Tvam Asi, thou art that, or that art thou, means you are that. What do you mean by you are that? They try to explain from this 3rd Mahavakya that you are the divine. You are everything. They started off by stating in the 1st Mahavakya, insight is Brahman. And according to them, Brahman is everything. The second was the self is Brahman, meaning the soul, the true self, and not the ego self. And the third was thou art that. And the 4th meaning, you are aware conscious energy, Aham Brahmasmi. So these are the 4 Mahavakyas. In today's talk, I am referring to the 3rd one, thou art that. Now in Hinduism, which is actually not a religion, it's more of a philosophy based on the Vedas, the teachings of the Upanishads. And in that, there is no reference to a human god or a personal god. All other religions believe in personal gods, and the religion is based in fact on a personal god. Whereas in Hinduism, Para Brahman is that supreme ability of Brahman, which today science refers to as energy, is that divine. And when they say thou art that, it means that ability, energy is that ability, energy is that power to change through its vibration in different frequencies. That supreme ability of the energy is who you are in the form of spirit. That is why we are a composite unit, an integrated unit of body, mind and soul, and the soul contains the spirit, the cosmic energy, the universal energy, the universal self, whatever you may call it. So, in Hindu religion, there are no gods. There are no gods. According to them, it is because of you, the human beings, who have the highest presence, the highest intensity in the presence of this divine intelligence, the insight, which the 1st Mahavakya states, Pragnanam Brahman, meaning insight, intelligence, which we refer to as, in spiritual words, awareness, is that Brahman. That's the first one. So you have that ability, the supreme ability of this divine intelligence within you. It is because of you God exists. It is because of you the universe exists. And it is because of this presence of divine intelligence that you are able to unfold and unravel the infinite possibilities of the universe. Infinite possibilities of the universe. So, thou art that signifies the relationship between the individual and the absolute. What is the absolute? The absolute is the totality. Is the totality of the universe. And according to them, it is not two. All that exists is Brahman, which today quantum mechanics, inspired by the Vedas, says it's energy. All that exists is energy. Constant, indivisible, as per the law of conservation of energy, and cannot be created nor destroyed. So that is Brahman. That is the universe. And within which there are interchangeable energies which are temporary, which appear and disappear, which come and go. But the supreme ability of the energy, the supreme ability is non-dual, is unchangeable, which Brahman does not know of its own self, because basically it represents nothing, which they refer to as Shunya. So in that nothingness, everything appears and disappears. All sorts of subset energies come and go, from nuclear to electrical to psychic to whatever, and the supreme energy is the intelligence. All are in different, vibrating in different frequencies, and the supreme ability is vibrating in the highest frequency. It is non-dual, it is absolute in totality, and it is eternal, it is infinite, spaceless, timeless, limitless, that which always exists. All others, from the stars, meaning the planets, to the subatomic particles, they all appear and disappear. But awareness is the essence. Intelligence is the essence of everything. Everything meaning basically the perception of the living creatures. And that is how the living creatures differ from the non-living. They can perceive, they can conceive. The highest perception is that from the human beings. After that you have animals, they are also aware. The plants, they too are aware. But their presence, their intensity is less. The intensity of the human beings is the maximum. The intensity of intelligence, the intensity of spontaneity, of awareness, which always occurs in the now. Now, why is it referred to as awareness? Because this intelligence, this cosmic energy, which the soul receives and transmits, connects to the universe. This energy is intelligent energy, the supreme energy is responsible to make the mind aware, and after that conscious. That is why the word awareness. The NESS is the intensity. Like redness is the intensity for red. So awareness is the intensity for this aware energy, which is prior to consciousness. Because awareness is what makes the mind conscious. And gradually then it goes into the auto mode in subconscious level, and then unconscious. So thou art that, the divine intelligence which oversees and supervises the mind. You are that potential divine. That is what it tries to signify. That is what this Mahavakya, or the great saying, tries to convey. And it is from that everything becomes known. That which cannot be seen, which cannot be known, is responsible for everything knowing, is responsible for all that we know. So, they further say that the Creator is the creation. The Creator is the creation. The seeker seeking the sought is none other than the same. All are part of the same Brahman. Like for example, your body and brain is nothing but food. Food is nothing but nature. Nature is nothing but earth. And earth is nothing but a part of the universe. So who are you then? In very simple terms. Very simple terms. You are a part of that universe. And being a part of that universe, you are that universe. Because the universe is known because of you. And how is it known? Because of this divine intelligence contained, residing or settled within your superconscious section of the mind, which they refer to as the soul, the silent zone where there are no thoughts. Where there are no thoughts. So, going further, who you are is that divine intelligence, the potential ability of the divine intelligence which is present in you. In the soul, which is the true self, the bigger I. The smaller I is the ego self, your mind and your thoughts, which belongs to you. My mind, my thoughts. So the smaller I is the ego with a name and gender, meant for materialism. And the bigger I is the spiritual I, the true I. And that is how all three are combined. Body, mind and soul. A spiritual beingness going through a human experience. So meaning, who you are is that I-ness or I-less. There is no I. It's just waves of energy, abstract waves of energy. It is metaphysics, not physics. Body and brain is physics. Physics is to do with physicality, which is observable and measurable. That is what science is about. Science has to observe, science has to measure, and then experiment to infer. Whereas metaphysics are just waves of energy, and which now in quantum physics or quantum mechanics, they are gradually discovering that eventually all that we see as matter is an optical illusion. In reality, in the ultimate reality, not reality, you have many other realities like physical reality, mental reality, illusory reality, all sorts of reality. So physicality is an optical illusion. Eventually we are waves of energy turning into particles, condensing into atoms, protons, neutrons, molecules, and finally into mass or matter, expressing and exhibiting in different frequencies. That is how the frequency level of the body is different, the mind is different, and the soul is different. And the soul is the highest. So it is the true self, which contains the spirit, and the spirit is the aware energy, as that divine intelligence. So that is how it is. That is how they try to convey that art thou. That art thou. That you are present in that individual self, which the mind going into duality experiences life. And that I-ness is that beingness. That beingness is who you are, and body and mind is the quantum of what you are. So who you are is the subject. What you are is the quantum. Is the quantum. You are that potential divine intelligence. You are beyond the drama played by the mind, which they refer to as Maya or Leela or illusion. Body and mind, though they are real, but they are illusory. Because illusion does not mean that you are not real. It means that what seems to be real is not real. That seems to be real. So body and mind seems to be real. But that is not correct. You are beyond that. You are beyond that. And the Supreme Intelligence was referred to as Para Brahman. Par Atma. Beyond Atma. Parameshwar. Beyond God. So that art thou is that Para Brahman within you. And soul connects the personal. It's that in between. It's that link between the universe and the brain. That is the function of the soul, the role of the soul. It links the personal to the transpersonal, the transcendent to the immanent, the metaphysical to the physical, the material to the spiritual. That is the job of the soul. It is that wakefulness which triggers the mind. Once it is awakened, it activates the mind. It is that conscious principle. And that is how the living differs from the non-living. A log of wood is non-living. But in a tree, that same log of wood is living because the tree is aware. And it's conscious. The tree is conscious. The plant is conscious. It will turn towards where the sun is, being conscious of it. It will take its route towards where water is because it's aware and conscious of it. And animals can walk towards that water. And human beings can create water from the air, from its higher intensity of this beingness, which unfolds everything. So what I am trying to tell you is that it is the conscious principle which makes us alive and awake and active. The conscious principle. Without this conscious principle, the brain is mechanical. The body is mechanical. Everything comes into consciousness because of this divine intelligence within us. That is why the Hindu religion is a philosophy. It does not believe in any personal gods. It believes that this Brahman is present in everything. You can pick up a piece of rock and start praying. They pray to the mountains, they pray to trees, they pray to whatever they wish to pray, they can pray because in everything there is Brahman. And in everything there is divine intelligence. Say in a rock, the frequency is very, very low. It is dormant. It is not vibrating. Whereas the more you vibrate, the higher the frequency goes up, higher the intelligence starts entering or emerging. So, thou art that. Please remember, you are that supreme. You are that creator and the creation. All that is within you, that potentiality which the Hindu or Hinduism tried to convey. Thank you very much. Thank you for listening.